Hello everybody, my name is Brady and we're back with another React video, and today we're going to be checking out more salmonella. Like I said in the previous salmonella video, I am trying to wrap up his content for now. I only have a handful, maybe a little bit more when it comes to videos of his left to check out. And I don't see why I don't just kind of run through those and call it a day with salmonella for now. I mean, I know he's coming back. He said he's coming back, and he's working on something. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but when that day comes, I'm hoping I'll be at the point where it's like, that's the only one I got. I am caught up on your content, man. Now I get to check out a new thing. I'll feel like I fully understand the Mr. Onella universe. Maybe, I don't know. So today's video, the one we're going to be checking out, is why the chicken got domesticated. I don't know why the chicken got domesticated. Is this from a human perspective, or is this going to be from an evolutionary perspective? It's probably going to be both, but he always has an interesting way of approaching things that I can never really be sure. And me trying to predict things doesn't usually work out too well. So let's get this started. I'm curious to see what we got here.
Hey kids, whenever I browse this site, I see more and more videos of people talking about things like YouTuber drama, the election, world politics, and it made me think, hey, maybe I should start covering more relevant, nuanced topics in my videos. Anyway, let's talk about chickens. So the story of the chicken begins a long time ago in Southeast Asia. Now, this area had a ton of bamboo growing all over the place. And the thing about bamboo is it follows a very specific life cycle, where once every 50 years or so, every bamboo plant in a given region will blossom at the exact same time. Then, shortly after, they litter the whole area with these little seeds known as bamboo rice, or as I call them, bambinos. These pellets get planted, the current bamboo dies out, and the cycle starts over. Now, enter the ancestor of the domesticated chicken, known as the red jungle fowl. The jungle fowl lived in the same area as the bamboo, and, as you can imagine, they got a lot of benefit out of being literally knee-deep in food once every half-century. So much that evolution basically said, alright, when food supplies go up, I want you to just start pumping out babies like there's no tomorrow. That way, we can take as much advantage of each bloom as possible. As a result,
So they would have been pretty darn good source for food, I assume. If they're eating this version of chickens, they'd probably be relatively easy to hunt. I mean, assuming they are still flightless. I don't know much about what separates this chicken ancestor from the domesticated chicken that we have today. But yeah, if its population's huge, it's going to be a very reliable source of food. An interesting thing, I had no idea that this was going to start so far east. It shows how much I know about anything, really.
Chicken population became synchronized with the bamboo, shooting up during blooms and dwindling in between. Then humans showed up and they saw this pattern, and they said, wow, how bamboozling. And then they realized, wait a minute, that pun was dumb. But also, we can harness this whole chicken cycle thing. All we have to do is give these guys a whole bunch of food, and we can make their reproductive systems go into overdrive whenever we want. Do you know what that means? Lots of hot bird porn. No, it means we get as many eggs as we could ever dream of. So, with a bit of work, we managed to domesticate the chicken around 5000 BC. And as you can imagine, the idea of having a literal egg-laying machine around the house was extremely popular, leading to the chicken spreading across the entirety of the civilized world over the course of a few millennia. I think it's interesting that, despite the fact that the West has had chickens for most of its history, it wasn't until way later that we figured out where they came from. Alright men, it's time to delve into the world of the unknown. We're gonna see things the likes of which man has never laid eyes upon before. But, if you keep your wits about you, we just might make it out of here alive. Hey, is this yours? No? Weird.
Hold on.
What the hell? Of course, having a constantly
That's interesting, and I kind of like the factor that the West didn't really know exactly where they came from, and that would explain why I was so confused about that. Maybe there being kind of some generally accepted knowledge. Maybe people are just like, oh, they're chickens. They've just been around. I don't know. Who cares where they come from? They're chickens. But yeah, I care where chickens come from. I want to know. I put way too much effort into this back now.
We just might make it out of here alive. Hey, is this yours? No? Weird. What the hell? Of course, having a constantly supercharged uterus is not without its drawbacks. After all, the chicken essentially goes through its entire menstrual cycle every day. So next time your girlfriend's complaining about how bad her period is, get her a box of chocolates and be generally attentive to her needs. You prick. Anyway, one thing with chickens and most other egg-laying critters is that they only have one hole in their pelvic region, which is called a cloaca, I think.
Oh yeah.
Or cloaca.
It's cloaca. It's weird. As somebody who has a bird who is noticeably absent right now, it's so weird. It's so weird. They pee and poop kind of like at the same time into this same little thing, and it's weird. And they do baby stuff with that same thing as well. And I believe it's generally pronounced cloaca. Maybe there are other ways of pronouncing it, but that's how I've always said it.
Cloaca? So the Croatia basically acts like a funnel, taking all the eggs and waste and sending it down the same chute. And while this might sound convenient at first, there is one fatal disadvantage that affects chickens in particular. Sometimes the egg can get stuck on its way out, leading to a condition known as egg binding. And since this means nothing can exit the clamato anymore, the egg-bound chicken ends up dying of constipation over the course of a couple days. Hey Jerry, how you doing? Not good, Sean. Not good. Oh man, what's wrong? It's just, ever since Jenny got egg-bound, things have been so stressful. Her funeral expenses are through the roof, and her memory means so much to me, but if the bills keep coming in like this, I'm not sure my family will be able to handle it. Well, hey man, you know what they say, don't put all your eggs in one casket. Let's just hope she doesn't get egg-zoomed.
Oh god, I hate this.
I'm sorry. Don't ever contact me or my kids ever again. I understand. Anyway, that's all for today. Till next time, I'm Sam and Nella, and thank you for watching.
Though that one was brief, I feel like I actually learned something there. There's actually some, and there's kind of, there's definitely something worth studying a little deeper there on like how chickens may have moved from the east to the west, because like that's actually something I would love to know the source of. I don't know if there are any great sources on the subject that go all that much more deep. That I would actually be interested in reading, but I guess if I'm interested enough, I'll find it. I'm sure. That was really cool. A lot of these shorter ones are surprisingly informative, despite the crude nature of Salmonella's style. Like, a lot of these short ones really surprise me. Like, I love, like, the slightly longer ones, and by long, it's like 7 or 8 minutes when it comes to his stuff. His stuff is generally shorter leaning, but, like, the 7 or 8 minute stuff, it feels like an odyssey through somebody's life. But these, I really like these. I like that he does things in like these little 4-minute consumable bits. You don't got a lot of YouTube like that anymore. That not a lot of creators that have stood out to me as much make like this like short form content. Like everything that YouTube has become has kind of rewarded longer content so much that it's nice to see this, like the little short, crude animations. Like I think it's been really cool following his stuff. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more in the near future. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to check out, and I will see you guys soon. All right. Bye.